Demented forever. Jamie, Brian, Batman. Horror fans tonight. One of us. One of us.
All right. Hello, horror fans and masochists all over the world. We're back.
Yeah.
Thank you for being here. We are your friends in horror. This is Demented Forever. We got Brian, the director, at Jamie Kuhn Music. I'm Mike, the bag man. Like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. Welcome back. We're here to get off topic of horror yet again. And we have a guest tonight. Let's just get into that here. That's
You have 12 minutes.
I got
Hurry up.
12 minutes. Okay.
Come on, Bagman.
Okay. Our guest tonight hails from Southern California, a lover of metal, horror, and Star Wars, among many other cool things. Whether he knows it or not, his contributions to horror are immeasurable, and he has no intentions of slowing down. From his early origins writing location articles for a famous horror mag to eventually making videos showing these cool locations and building a brand from there. I know him first from his Halloween documentary, 25 Years of Terror, and first met him in 2005 at my first ever horror convention, way back my Chicago days. He is a true ambassador of horror, and if there was an Academy Awards for horror, he would deserve a Lifetime Achievement Award from his days selling insurance to working his ass off to make his mark in the world of horror. He is a well-known figure in the horror community, be it his channels on YouTube, The Collection, The Thing with Two Heads, Horror's Hallowed Grounds, to his presence at various conventions throughout the world with just a portion of his 200 plus clients. Here he is, horror stud Sean Clark.
Yay!
Quite the intro.
Yes,
I told you it was long-winded.
it was.
Almost accurate too.
I tried to remember as much as I could.
Messed up one thing.
Just one. That's a passing grade for me. What was that?
Never sold insurance.
Oh, what did you sell?
Mortgages.
Mortgages.
I was in the mortgage business. I was a loan officer.
My apologies, world.
That's okay.
Sean, did you ever think of maybe stopping what you're doing to go into selling insurance at this point? Just
yes, every day.
Oh, sweet. So we got that.
Saying there's a chance.
Yes, there's a chance. There's a chance. Sean, honored to have you on. You've been a very cool presence in my life since 2005. My ex and I watched your doc, and I think she made her way into that. But we met you. I forgot what hotel it was. It was in Rosemont, and
probably would have been the Crown Plaza because it would have been Flashback. Probably.
It was winter time. That's all I can remember. It was.
Was it a horror convention or was it a fan expo?
It was a horror convention.
Then it would have been Flashback.
Okay. It was just one of those cold, dreary Chicago winters, which I hated and don't miss. And I was like, wow, Bill Moseley. Here's what he's charging, $30. It was a lot back then. But Sean was at his booth selling his merch and just took pictures with us. And actually, Sean, you're my first horror autograph ever. I actually sent a picture to Brian. First autograph I ever got at a horror convention was Sean Clark, and I was giddy. We moved to California in 2007, and then, like, lo and behold, bumped into Sean at numerous horror events. And after that, Sean always recognized me and not my ex, and she hated that because she was always the one to get recognized. And I love you for that, man. You can do no wrong. And
if it makes you feel any better, I don't remember your ex in the slightest.
Does make me feel a lot better. So thank you.
That's awesome.
Well, I'll even go as far to say as I didn't even know you had an ex. So.
Yeah, well, I know I can't believe two women have mated with me in matrimony. It was on accident. They didn't mean it.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have goals, I guess. Yeah.
Yes.
Mike.
All right. Wow. Sean has made some wonderful friendships in horror. and one of my favorite friendships of his and that he's shared with us is Tom Atkins. I freaking love that guy.
The Silver
And
Fox.
the Silver Fox. And
He's
Sean
such a
is
nice man.
yes, God, I love that guy. And Sean's the reason I got to meet him a couple of times at the Halloween conventions. It was H45 and H40. There was the meet and greet at a very popular bar in Sierra Madre that Jamie and I like to get drunk at a lot, along with Vinyl Steve. Got pictures with Tom.
Buccaneer.
Got to chat with him, the Buccaneer, and I'm praying we all get to drink with him again at the next one in a couple of years.
He is already talking about it, so I mean,
Yeah. Woo.
you know, so I would assume that this would be the last one, just because I personally don't ever want to do another Halloween convention. I said I'd go to the 50th, and then after that I was tapping out. So I'm kind of hoping that the 50th is the final. I mean, where do you go from there? I mean, we're losing cast members, you know, people are getting older. If there's ever a chance of us getting Jamie back to do another convention, it's going to be the 50th. And if that happens, how do you top that? You know, go out on a high note is what I say. So
Agreed.
Absolutely.
Agreed. And I apologize. I'll probably ask some things you've been asked many times before, but you're am I inaccurate in saying you're one of the main reasons that convention got started in the first place?
No. I mean, as much as I don't like Tony Massey, I give him full credit for actually being the one who, I guess, spearheaded the idea. I was partners with him and a guy named Paul Swearingen who passed away. Rest in peace, Paul. That was the only time the three of us did it together. From that point on, I took over and did the 30th, 35th, 40th, 45th. The 40th and 45th, I had help from Horror Hound. I brought Horror Hound in to do it with me because I just don't have time to do it on my own anymore. But no, he gets full credit for being the person who, I guess, came up with the idea. And we met during that process and partnered up. Clearly didn't end well. So, but you know, but I ended up moving on, and you know, and I kind of don't remember how I ended up being the guy taken over. To be honest with you, I don't even remember how that all went down. I just know that from that point on, it was me. So,
well, I mean, would it have to do with the fact that you rep most of those Halloween actors and actresses?
I guess you know, because I didn't really at the time. I was heavily involved with reaching out to the celebrities and booking them for the 25th. I wasn't officially doing that yet, but it was that experience that kind of opened my eyes to the potential. So yeah, sorry, I'm kind of working while we're talking. I'll be done with this a little bit and do a little arts and crafts while we're talking.
Oh, sweet.
Nice,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah, Brian likes to eat the paste still to this point in his life.
True, yeah.
So just
I'm always doing. This is for our COAs. I'm
yes.
actually adding QR codes to these now because we finally got a friggin' QR code.
And I
So
love that you do that.
Yeah, so I had a couple that I hadn't finished, so I'm just banging them out while we're chatting.
Cool.
Yeah, there's
COAs.
actually a comment that just came up that says, "Thanks for keeping prices down at cons." And
Yeah.
yes, thank you.
I
thank you.
try. I mean, you know, here's the thing. You know, it's funny. I was literally on a Monster Mania Facebook page before we came on, looking at people blaming the greedy agents for the prices, and I said to him, you know, he said, well, you know, it's the agents that set the prices and they're greedy, blah blah blah. And I was like, I went on there, you know, do you really think we're the ones setting the prices? I mean, we work for the talent. Do you think I could just say, hey, Matthew Lillard, you're going to charge $10 an autograph. Get out there and go, boy. You know,
Yeah.
I mean, you
Do
know what
your
I mean?
best.
They are the bosses, you know. We do what they say. Yeah, you know, there's a lot of good cop, bad cop in this business. You know, I'm bad cop. That's my job. You know, because the bottom line is my job is to make the celebrities look good no matter what. And you know, so I'll take the fall for anything, because there's always going to be the greedy client. Not saying Matt's phenomenal, but I'm saying there's always going to be the greedy person who's saying, no, this is what I'm charging, and that's that. And when a fan comes up and goes, man, why are you charging so much? I don't set the prices. Of course they're going to say that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't usually have that problem with my clients because we're usually reasonable and everybody's in agreement. But I will say, without getting to naming the person, I parted ways with somebody recently who was just jacking their prices up so high. I was not putting my price signs on their table anymore. You know, normally I have my thing that says conventionallstars.com. Like I
Yeah.
didn't want my price sign on their table. And now I walked away from that situation completely. I'll tell you off the air who that person is.
I have a guess. Is it somebody I worked with at a couple of creepy cons?
I don't know if you did or not, but we'll talk about it off the air.
Cool.
I'm not here to slam
No,
people.
no, you're not. No,
We'll do that when it's over.
We'll do
Yeah. As far as
Uh,
like a guess, like in the prices, wouldn't someone rather have someone come to the table and be like, hey, I'd rather pay you $40 and get 3 items signed opposed to like 60 and only get 1?
Believe me, I have that discussion. I recently lost a client over that same argument, and because I made the mistake of telling this person, don't let your ego get in the way of smart business. And boy, did that person not like hearing that. They were just
Wow.
yeah, that was pretty much the end of that relationship. And that was me fighting for the fans for cheaper prices. Whatever, you know. I want to work with good people, you know. So
Yeah.
but at the same time, you got to be realistic. You got a guy like Matthew Lillard, who for whatever reason right now is the hottest thing on the planet in convention world. You can't have him at $40 an autograph, because even where he's priced right now, we can't get through all the lines. We cut his line at like 1:00 in the afternoon. I mean,
Yeah.
it's insanity.
I love
Yeah,
that dude.
One way or another, you're going to piss people off, you know?
Yeah. I've seen that. We were at Frightmare one year. We had the VIP tickets, and I saw that they had to cap pretty much, I think, all the Scream people's line like at 1. It was like
Yeah.
right before they moved to the new location.
It's going to happen again in May, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, this happened. This big Scream phenomenon at the cons. This started before the latest trilogy, didn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
'Cause, they're
It
huge.
kind of just came out of nowhere. You know, I notice, you know, doing this as long as I have, I've noticed things go in cycles. And it comes down to the age you were when you saw these films. You know, this movie came out in 96, and now those kids that saw it in 96 are now adults with money, and they're feeling nostalgic. And it goes in waves. Like, right, I'm seeing that to start to happen for the 2000 movies, you know, like, for example, Devon Sawa having a resurgence with Final Destination and stuff like that. Oh, hold up. I got to kill this. Oh, where'd it go? God damn. There's been a gnat flying around this room, driving me insane. So if you see me suddenly just go like that or something, it's
Yeah, it's
because
just
I'm
a
trying.
tick.
It landed on the screen for a second. God damn, I want to kill this thing so bad. It's been bugging me for like 3 hours.
It's usually what we say when we see Mike.
Yeah, I get slapped a lot
this
because there's
room-
always gnats around. Apparently,
There's no that little bit right. Oh, I just saw it. That little bit of right there white you see is probably the only thing like that in this entire room. So it gets lost as soon as it goes away from the screen. I lose it, but then it's right in my face. Like 2 seconds later, little bastard,
bastards.
kill this thing.
Uh,
Anyway, but yeah, so it goes. It's nostalgia waves, you know. It's going to really make me feel old when we start seeing like that happening with the even later films, you know. So
Yes. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. So Scream, and I would say Brian's favorite franchise, the Terrifier, seem to be killing it at the cons, and that one's brand new. So that's got
yeah,
another wave coming.
Terrifier is its own little phenomenon. I mean, hey, I don't get it. I'm not
neither.
I'm not a fan. I mean, I understand probably why. If I had seen those movies when I was 10, 11, 12, I'd probably think it was the most amazing thing in the world too. But it is crazy how Art the Clown has become, literally an icon. I mean, it
Yeah.
has. I don't know how. I think it will last. As far as the character, I'm sure the fandom will die at some point, but then it'll ramp up again through nostalgia. But yeah, me personally, I'm not really a fan of the films. I'm good friends with all the people involved. I mean, obviously, rep a bunch of them, but yeah, I think I kind of try to put myself in their position. I think to myself, I fucking love Terror Train. It's not a good movie, really. You know what I mean? But it takes me back to the way I felt when I was 10 years old and saw it in the theater. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm sure that's what's happening right now with Art the Clown. The only difference is there was no Terror Train merchandise, and Art the Clown, I feel, is oversaturated with merchandise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some stuff out there. Yeah. I wish we had some of this merch back in the 80s and 90s, but and it's so fucking expensive now. But,
Yeah.
Well, he's going to be a big part of, I think, of Horror Nights. I think he's going to be on the Terror Tram this year.
Man, I didn't even get to see that. This was the first.
That's like a
Horror Nights I
rumor.
missed.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's like
Yeah.
something that.
Well, I mean, I thought the Terrifier house was okay, but it had the longest lines.
Yeah.
Fortunately, I do the RIP every year, so it didn't matter. How long for me it didn't matter, but it definitely had the biggest lines. So if you were going on a regular general admission,
It's like
you were
good
waiting.
luck.
You're waiting like 2.5 hours to walk through that thing.
Yep. Yes, I missed it. Unfortunately, I was working Horror Nights, so I only got to see two
shit.
houses, and that was an experience. God, I was tired for a long time, but
Because you had to work for once.
Yeah, I had to work for once. That's the first one I missed, but yeah, I remember my first or second Horror Nights. I bumped into Sean with my ex, and it's like he didn't recognize me.
Always the ex.
Yes, yeah.
It's always the X.
Yes. So there, world. I have been with a woman. She was alive and willing. And okay. Man. Sean. So I know my first horror movie ever at the theater. Who took you to see your first horror movie? When was it? What was it? And how'd you feel?
I don't know for sure what was my first, but my parents were really young. They had me when they were 17 and 18, so they were going to horror films, and we didn't have money, and they didn't have money for babysitters, so they just took me. I have memories of seeing The Exorcist at the drive-in, so I would have been
that's so cool.
like, I think 3 or 4, and also Texas Chainsaw Massacre, so I would have been like 5. But the first one I vividly remember seeing in the theater was Jaws. So I guess I was 6. Was that 76?
It was 75.
75? So I was 5 or 6, but I vividly remember that experience because it made me terrified of water for quite a while.
Yeah. Same.
Yeah. Thank you. Same.
Still terrified. Yeah. I actually saw Jaws 2 in California before I saw Jaws 1 back home, because it was, and I got scared. We only made it halfway through, and my mom, I said, "Can we go?" And I don't know where it was. It was, we were on vacation in I don't know if it was Christmas break or spring break, but I got scared, and then it was Alex Bednarky's birthday party, and Mr. Bednarky took a group of us to see Jaws, and like, there's no freaking way we're leaving, so I was like, had to grin and bear it. But it's one of my favorite movies of all time.
First films that I remember like asking to be taken to, that like was like, I need to see these, was Halloween 2 and Friday 13th Part 2.
Mm,
So
good ones.
that I had those when I heard about those, that's when I was obsessed already. I'd seen Halloween, I'd seen Friday 13th. And I asked to go see them. And I think at that point, maybe my parents were kind of not into it anymore. But my Aunt Robin, she was my go-to to take me to the horror films. It was my dad's younger sister.
Nice.
So she was my horror person at the early age to get me in the movies.
Nice.
So,
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't realize the whole babysitter thing. That's probably why my mom took me to so many movies and dumped me at so many movies. But I guess I am grateful for that.
Yeah, I think the very first movie I ever saw in a theater, I think I went with my dad and two of my friends, was Plan 9 from Outer Space. There was some random showing here in Boston.
wow.
Huh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is terrible, but I loved it.
Yeah. Same.
And Jamie had a big family, and they rented a lot of VHSs, right?
Yeah. My mom was kind of like yours, folks, Sean. My mom is a big horror movie fan. And so, that's what we spent our summers doing, is just watching horror movies. Because my parents, we had a lot of kids. My parents fostered kids. So our house was always full of people. And so that would be our summer thing, renting as many horror VHS that we could and just continue to watch it. So I remember watching Friday the 13th. I was probably like 5. Do you know what I mean? But I think that's why my love of horror is still such a big, thing in my life. It just reminds me of being a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
Oddly
uh,
enough, neither of my parents are into horror films anymore. I mean, it was just, I think it was just being young, go through a
Yeah.
phase, but that phase stuck with me. So
yeah.
Same here.
I was going to ask you how do you feel about like the modern horror movies from I guess the last 10 or so years, as opposed to the earlier days that we were raised
I
on?
mean, I don't think they're as good. I feel, unfortunately, I feel like technology has hurt creativity, where back in the day, people had to really figure out how to do these things. And now it's just, this little CGI, little AI, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It seems lazy, especially, I'll give this as an example. When digital started happening, I noticed even some of my favorite filmmakers not being as good. And I feel like, for example, David Lynch is the one that comes to mind, because Inland Empire was his first digital film, and he was one of these guys who he overshot, and when you're shooting on digital,
Oh dear.
it doesn't cost you much. It's like when you're shooting on film, every shot has to count. And I
Yeah.
feel like they tried harder when they were under that pressure, where on digital, just keep shooting. And I feel like it's missing that magic. And I kind of feel like that's, like a lot of films today just feel uninspired. They don't have even just the look of film. There's something to it that you can't capture on digital. I mean, look at a movie like any of the stuff Dean Cundy shot back in the day, Halloween 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, The Thing, Big Trouble, Escape from New York, that beautiful 235 widescreen, just, some like, what's his name? Laszlo, the guy who did The Warriors and Funhouse, just the way those films look, the colors. I don't know. Maybe I'm just on my soapbox here, shaking my fist, but that I just feel like, I don't know, there's something missing, not just in the film quality, but in the quality in general. And like movies like Terrifier, I'm somebody who story first for me. Story first. Gore and shock That doesn't do anything for me. Do
Yeah,
I
not
like a
there
good
either.
kill in a movie? Sure. You know, like like say Halloween Kills or something like that. You know, you see like a quick, like a head getting smashed or something. You go, oh shit, right? But then
Yeah.
I don't want to see it linger on it and step in it and play with it and pour salt
Right.
on it. And I mean, it's like that does nothing for me. You know, I mean,
Yeah,
so
Terrifier definitely goes overboard on that.
well, Terrifier,
Yeah.
Terrifier is its own thing. I mean, I'm not bagging on it
No, not at all.
because look, I
Fine
mean,
is.
you know, look at the money it's making, man. I mean, you can't
It's gross.
knock the thing that works. You know, it's just like,
No.
you know, like guys, you know, shitting on the other day. You know, some podcast was shitting on my friend's band, and you know, just because you don't like them, I mean, they're huge. They're a very big, popular band. You know,
Yeah.
you can make fun of them all you want. They're laughing all the way to the bank. You know,
Yeah.
I mean,
It's hate is easy, and the
yeah,
internet
yeah.
is
and I get it too.
catalyst for that.
People hate on me constantly, you know, like I'm in a lose-lose situation. Like when it comes to like my prop stuff, like I'm like, oh, I want to share these with the fans. And then it's like, some people are like, dude, that's so awesome. You share it. Then you got the people like, fucking this guy just showing off his crap. Like he's big shit. Fuck that guy. You know, oh yeah, look at me. I'm rich. Like, dude, I can't win. You know what I mean? Then
Well, the
it's, okay,
crazy.
well, then
Sorry,
I'll be like, okay, I won't do that. I won't show the stuff off. Oh, look at that fucking asshole hoarding all that stuff. He won't even show it.
You
You know?
can't win
But-
there, huh?
You can't win, you know? So it's like, I just do what I do. And, you know, I don't give a shit what people say about me. I'm happy with my life. You know, I've always gone by the philosophy. Tracy Morgan said this once on the Howard Stern show when Howard Stern was asking him about haters, you know, and how you deal with all the haters. And Tracy Morgan said, if they ain't talking about me, then I'm worried.
Yeah.
You know what I
I
mean?
mean,
Yeah.
where's the
Very
lie?
true. Well,
You
I
know
mean,
what I mean?
to be honest with you though, I mean, if they had that money, I'm sure they'd be owning the same props. Do you know what I mean? That's the whole thing. It's kind of crazy to kind of think like that.
You know,
I-
some people love cars and they
Yeah.
buy fancy cars and they trick them out. And this is my passion. This is what I'm into. Look at
This is
behind
my
you,
car.
all that stuff. You know, come on, that's your passion. So, you know,
You have one of the props that I am so like envious of, the poltergeist clown.
yeah, love that one.
That's
That was the
amazing.
one that really kicked it off for me because that was my first big prop, and that one, when I saw that, you know, in my house, that was like, wow, you know, because I had little shit from movies. You know, my first prop I bought was a Liam Neeson Darkman skin mask. I still have
Hell
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
That was
hell
the
yeah.
first. I got that, you know, at a convention. Tony Gardner donated it to a Fangoria auction, and I won it cheap too, you know. And I was like, that's neat. I got something from the movie, you know. Did I ever in my wildest dreams imagine I'd own some of the shit I own? Hell no. I mean, it blows my mind. I walk through the house, you know, and I kind of just stop and I look and I start to think about what it is I'm looking at. Like, holy shit. Like, that's the Killing Mask. That's Leatherface's Killing Mask. That is like probably the most iconic mask in horror cinema history, you know?
yeah.
I mean, it's like, that's crazy.
yeah.
No, no.
By the way, yes.
No, you
I-
can't come over. No, I'm just kidding.
I've been dying to come back over.
Yeah.
Don't let them.
Yeah.
I saw his collection. It's just image. It's just sensory overload. And
Yeah, I
it
don't
was
want
amazing. It made me just want to put all my collection on a table and just shove it right into the trash. Even
You
though I
know
love
what?
my collection.
And I know how you feel because, like, I collect rare Kiss stuff, right? And I've got a pretty badass Kiss collection. And I go over to John Five's house and I see his Kiss collection, and I literally feel like just selling all of it. It's like, I am never going to be able to touch this guy. No, I mean, even if I sold everything I had and started just investing in Kiss, I could never catch this guy. He's got so much insane rare stuff. So it does. I get the idea of like making you want to just quit, you know. But you just gotta. I mean, it's not a contest. You gotta just
It's not.
get what makes you feel good, you know.
I've got. I love my collection. A lot of it is signed. I've said this before, Sean, but I'm saying it on the internet. Just a lot of it's signed because of you and your generosity, and I can't thank you enough. I love it.
Hmm.
It brings me joy when I see it, and so there. Now here's a couple questions, Sean. Your
I'm
collection's-
reading some of the comments here. This guy says Dead Pit sucks anyway. So yes, I was referring to the Dead Pit guys ripping on Ice Nine Kills, but I'm friends with those guys, and it was all in good fun. It really was. He thought it was funny. We thought it was funny. I sent them the video, all in good fun. Then they started continue to harp on him, which I thought was kind of shitty. It was like, okay, guys, you know, we had fun with it. You talked shit about him. We came back with a little poking fun back, and it was all in good fun. But maybe it's just because it got them attention. They want to keep it going. I don't know. But I like those guys. They're friends. The Dead Pit guys are friends. I think they're funny as hell. I was dying when Spencer showed me that clip. So, you know, again, it was all in good fun. Spencer wasn't mad. He was cracking up. We were laughing about it, you know.
God bless the comment section on the fucking internet. Awesome.
You gotta love it.
Yes, Sean, your collection's amazing. Have you forgotten some of the things that you've had? Like, oh shit, I own that. I forgot about that. Did you ever discover like old treasures or?
No,
or
I know
okay.
everything I have.
All right.
Yeah.
So
I mean, yeah, real fans know what they got. You know, I don't forget. If I got something, I'll remember I got it. So the one thing I will forget sometimes is where I put it.
Fair enough.
There has been times I was like, oh shit, I got that. Where is that? And I'll be digging and I can't find. I know it's here. You know.
Yeah,
because I got too much shit.
Yes,
but obviously not a head or something like that. You know, I'm talking about. I have that signed photo somewhere, or I know I have that record. I mean, I'm pretty good about everything being alphabetical order. I'm kind of nuts like that, but every once in a while I'll put something aside and forget where it was.
Gotcha. Do you still so you've moved on to props and such. Do you still collect like the NECA figures and the stuff that we can all get, or do you have time to do that kind of stuff?
You know, if it's something really badass, like something I go, oh my God, I gotta have that. I mean, it happens occasionally. I picked up something recent. What did I get recently?
Would it be the Jaws game?
I did get that. I did buy that. Yeah, I did. And you know, and I'll impulse buy shit sometimes and go, what the hell? I mean, even the Jaws game, I was like, why'd you buy that?
That's fucking awesome, dude.
It is awesome, but I'm running out of space. Like I bought that giant fucking popcorn gun from Killer Clowns. Like, why did I buy that?
Yeah.
You know, as soon as I saw it, I go, I
No
gotta
room
have
for it.
that. You know,
No, I want
what
that.
I do, I put it in my storage shed. Like, what am I gonna do with it?
I know, but it was so cool. Trust me.
It's cool.
I've come close every single time, and it's like it's so
then
big.
there's another one. The 2 different companies put it out.
Two?
So it's
really?
But now I kind of want to have both because
you gotta have both.
Variants. Yeah.
That's our fucking disease, and it's cool shit. And you know, people who can sign it. As I say, every shit looks better signed.
Well, that's another thing. I do get a lot of figures for free. People give me stuff all the time. Like just today, I was talking to Deej that runs Spookala, he's all, hey, I got a few of these. He got those U2's Ghostface, limited edition Ghostface he made that was like exclusive to the show. Oh, I got Emma Roberts and Rory Culkin to sign a few of them. You want one? Well, I'm not going to say no. Of course I'll take one.
That's
you know?
really cool.
But would I ever have? I wouldn't have, you know. And now
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I've got this. Well, you know, okay.
Gotcha.
So that happens a lot, where especially with pop figures. Hey, I got an extra. Like I'll do private signings. Hey, you want one, Sean? Have them sign it. Okay, so I don't collect pops. I've probably got 100 something pops, but and
Just
they're
hanging
all
around.
signed.
Nice.
I've got like
that's
20 signed Aussie pops.
nice. Oh man.
Because
Wow,
I just
that's
I
so
kept
cool.
I'll have them sign it, and I've just stockpiled them. I
yeah.
don't. What am I doing with them? Anyway,
But we got a comment in here
Awesome.
from Mr. Geek Me Outs. Sean, he wants to know if you're going to Tampa Bay Comic Convention in September.
as of right now, no.
Gotcha.
I just came back from Tampa. I was in Tampa this weekend for Scaredice.
Scared us.
Hmm.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
all right.
that's Deej's guy said Spookala, right?
You did. You
The
did.
name changed to Scaredice due to a lawsuit.
Oh, okay.
Silly lawsuit.
All
Because
right. Well,
everybody was apparently everybody was confusing Spooky Empire and Spookala. At least that's what the
Huh.
promoter of Spooky Empire said. So
okay.
anyway, so they
Based
changed
off
it.
the first word, yeah.
They changed it. It's okay. It's whatever.
All right.
It
What
is
about
what it is.
GalaxyCon Milwaukee? Are you going to go to that one?
I don't think so. Off the top of my head, I'm gonna say no. But yeah. I'm doing my best to delegate as much as possible and not travel too much. Because it's just killing me. All the travel's killing me.
I'm sure.
And I'm 55, man. My back hurts. But like this weekend is Monster Mania. Like Nay is right now as we speak. I think with Skeet Ulrich, slinging ink at Monster Mania, and Bruce Dickinson's going to be there tomorrow. I really wanted to be there for that because I feel like I should be when I have him out. But I needed to be in town for the Adam LeWoo Memorial because I'm one of the speakers. I tried to see if there was a way I could make it back in time, but he's only Saturday only. And getting back Saturday night from New Jersey was it wasn't. There were no. Well, first off, I live in South Orange County. You can't fly into John Wayne after 11 p.m. They have a curfew. So
Really?
the only flights would go into LAX, and that
It's a
takes
drive.
forever. So and I'd have to get a Uber or something, and and what if I miss a connection because there were no direct flights. It was actually out of Philly as the closest airport to Monster.
Out of Cherry Hill,
Yeah. So I don't know. It just seemed like it made more sense for me to sit this one out. And my next show I'm going to is Horror Hound, Cincinnati.
That's I still want to check those. I still want to check that one out in Cincy and Indianapolis. It's on my list as is Frightmare and HorrorCon, which I do plan on going to Houston Horror Film Fest. Of the three of us,
Horror Hound is my favorite convention. Probably Frightmare is my second favorite. Texas Frightmare.
Cool.
So I go to Frightmare every year. I still prefer when it was over at the Hyatt. I don't know. I don't think the new location, but yeah.
I know what you're saying. It's a vibe thing.
Yes.
But as far as crowd wise, it's way better. Not dealing with it was such a nightmare, that jam right by the front desk there. When you came down the stairs, it was just like
a pit.
It was a nightmare.
Yeah.
And the new hotel is great. As far as for what I have to do, it's so much better. So much better.
Going right to the Westin. Yeah, right there.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's just everything's more convenient. Nice green room, back ways to everything. It's logistically for what I do, it's so much better. And you got the Alamo right there. We always try to do screenings like the Thursday night before or Friday night sometime at the Alamo. It's right there. So it's the convenience factor. And he had to move because they closed down the parking garage for like a year or two for some construction thing. So there was no parking.
Well, that's gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, and you attended a screening of Scream 7. And what's it like now watching these horror movies, like with your friends in the movies? Like,
Look at that.
Oh,
The premiere.
That's awesome.
in my little Paramount envelope.
Nice.
Sweet.
That was so much fun. I mean, I didn't love the end. No, I don't want to do spoilers if we're trying to do spoiler
I
free.
think we.
Has everybody here seen it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't dig the final reveal. And hearing all the behind the scenes about the rewrites and all that stuff, I mean, it all makes sense to me now. But everybody, should we say, or should we no spoilers
Yeah,
here?
say it.
No, we're cool.
Everybody
I would
wanted
assume.
Matt to be the killer, and
100%.
and honestly, we're on the 7th film now, with every film, with the exception of part 3, being a killing duo or trio in this case, really. It's so far-fetched to even imagine 2 people would ever do that together, let alone this many times. I feel like the biggest reveal or twist, if you will, would have been the obvious. It is him. Make everybody think it's AI and then do the twist. No, it is him. In fact, I came up with a great idea how they should have done it. Okay.
Well, let's hear it.
So keep everything the way it is. The patient guy that killed, who's Ghostface 1, have the reveal of Ethan as the orderly, and but not have the 2 killers. Don't ever reveal 2 killers, and have the whole AI thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then when she said, something about, something along the lines of, trying to make me believe that Stu is alive, and have Ethan go, well, what makes you think he isn't? And then Ghostface, the second Ghostface walks in the room, and then the reveal that it's Matt, right?
Oh yeah.
Now, how's this for a line? I came up with this. And then he walks over to Ethan, puts his arm around him, then cuts his throat, kills him. And he looks at him. He goes, "I had a partner once, didn't work out too well."
Nice.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
How
That's
great
good.
would that have been, right?
That's all right. Well,
That would have been very cool.
Maybe they
I
can
was going to
reshoot
ask what
that.
your
How do you
opinion
end
on
it? How do you
Yeah, I
end
was
it
gonna-
with keeping Matt and Nev both alive? That would be the only tricky part, because obviously they don't want to lose her just yet.
Just yet,
Um,
yes. Which brings up my next question. You were instrumental in getting Charles Cyphers in Halloween Kills. Have you had any other casting influences or suggestions since you rep a great deal of talent and like?
Well,
why
I mean,
not?
no, my only really was in the Halloween world. I mean, I was responsible for getting Nick in 2018.
I didn't realize that. Well,
You
cool.
didn't know
Thank
that?
you. No, not Nick. I just
Oh.
only knew Charles.
You want me to tell the story how it
Fuck
happened?
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I get a call one day. This is before 2018 came out. I get a call from somebody saying, yes, can I speak to Tom Morga? And I said, well, I'm Sean Clark. I'm his agent. What can I do for you? Oh, we're casting for the new Halloween, and we want to bring him in to try out for Michael Myers. And I go, really? Okay. I said, well, he's like in late 60s, right? And they said, no, it's that's exactly why we want him. He's the perfect age. We know he's played the character before, and we're actually looking for an age accurate Michael Myers for from 78 to current. And I'm like, oh wow, okay. I go, yeah. I said, well, let me get your information, and come to find out, the guy that was calling me, I knew him. I didn't realize at first, and he tells me it was Ron Hutchinson, who was the stunt coordinator on Rob Zombie's Halloween films. And I go, oh, Ron, it's Sean Clark, and because I had him out for the Halloween conventions. He's like, oh, dude, hey. And I go, wow. I said, yeah. So we started talking. He said, well, do you have any other suggestions, of people that could probably do it? And I said, well, he said this about the size and this and that. And I said, well, Chris Durand also might be another option. He's not quite that old, but he's in good shape and still working. And so those two names were bounced around. And so then we hung up, and I thought to myself, well, I said, they're looking for somebody that is Nick Castle. Well, why don't they want Nick Castle, right?
Yeah.
So I called Nick and I said, hey, Nick, I said, I just got this weird phone call, and this is, what they said. I said, you wouldn't ever consider playing Michael Myers again, would you? And he goes, yeah, sure. I go, really? And he goes, yeah. He goes, throw it out there, see what happens. I go, okay. So I actually texted Jamie Lee Curtis, and I said, hey, Jamie, this is Sean. This is this phone call I got. And I was thinking to myself, why aren't they, if they're looking for a Nick Castle type, why don't they ask Nick Castle? I said, I asked Nick and he said he would do it. She responded, she goes, let me make a few calls. I'll get back to you. Within 15 minutes, Blumhouse called me, wanting to set up a meeting with Nick and the director. And it happened in like 24 hours. They were on a Zoom call. And as it progressed, it's funny, is like Nick was like all into it at first. Then he was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to be there the whole time, like doing this like every, Then it turned into, we're going to have to get a stunt guy anyway. So they just said, you know what, let's just have him do a cameo. And then they used it as a publicity hype thing, like Nick Castle returns. So I was the one that got him in the movie.
Nice.
so
That's
cool.
awesome.
Oh shit!
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank
So
you.
then,
Yes.
second part, we went to a screening of, me and Nay went to a screening at the ArcLight. It was the Cinedome. It was a Cinedome, but we were at ArcLight for, I think it was Godzilla, the Godzilla versus King Kong movie. Was that called King of Monsters or something? I don't remember what it was called.
Oh, got it. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It was the one that Mike Doherty was involved with. Anyway, there was a big group of us that went, of like horror nerds, and Ryan Turek was there, and we're having dinner, and Turek said, hey, keep this between us, but we're talking about bringing some other cast members back for Halloween Kills, and he starts asking my opinion of like, and if I have connections to these people. Brian Andrews was one. Nancy Stevens and Charles Cyphers. And I said, well, I can put you in touch with all of them, So the Brian Andrews thing publicly went sideways, as I'm sure everybody kind of saw that implode online.
Yeah.
And it was the way that all happened was very odd. I mean, because I don't know. They pretty much offered it to him, and then he said he was too busy. Then when they recast him, he kind of said that they never offered it to him. It was weird. But anyway, so I called Nancy Stevens and I called Charles Cyphers, and both of them independently said, well, I don't have a theatrical agent anymore. Could you do the deal for me? And I said, well, look, I don't do theatrical deals, so I really don't know what to ask for, but I'll go for it. And I ended up doing the deals for both of them to be in Halloween Kills. So
Oh, wow.
I technically worked on that movie. And I got to be on set, which was cool. Yeah.
And my next question, do you I mean, I think I know the answer, but do you ask your friends like, oh, you're doing that movie? How about you bring some props home for your buddy Shawnee there, huh? Do you ever has that ever crossed your mind?
Of asking any of my clients to grab props for me.
Yeah, if you're in a movie, you know what? If there's any props left over, why don't you see?
No, I don't think I mean, obviously I'm friends with Christopher Nelson, who did all the effects on those films, and he's given me stuff. But
that
I've
guy.
never said, "Hey, grab me that" or something like that. No.
That's a bagman question.
It is a
That's
bagman
bag.
question.
That's what
I
bagman
sure
would
as
do.
fuck would ask. I wouldn't ask my friends. I would tell my friends. So there.
Well-
So I don't know if the word harp or every podcast. It seems like we're always losing somebody, and just because of time. But is it?
Been rough
Or-
this last year.
Yes, it
Yeah.
has.
I lost a lot of friends and clients. I mean, just in the last couple months, Robert Carradine, Tom Noonan, Bob Elmore. It's been
Weird.
Yeah, there was we lost a bunch. I didn't even realize. I was at the Actors Award this past weekend, and I was watching the In Memoriam, and
I was glad to see that they included all of them.
I
Yeah.
was too, because Carradine just died like a few days before,
Yeah.
and it sucks because I've passed by his house all the time, going to our buddy Steve's, one of his neighbors, and like sometimes I'd see him out in his garage working on his bike, and he's just always cool and polite, and
he was the nicest guy. I mean, I was with him at the John Carpenter concert in LA in November.
that's right. You were
John-
there the week after us.
Yeah, John and Sandy had invited a group of us. It was like me and Christopher Nelson. Robert was sitting next to me, Dean Cundy next to him, Nick Castle, and we're all up on the balcony right next to the stage. And I'll tell you, I know he's been battling depression since his brother died, since David passed. He's been really fighting it, and even tried to kill himself like 10 years ago. I'm sure you might remember the big car accident. He that was all intentional.
Man.
But he had seemed like he was doing really good in the last few years, happier than I've seen him in a long time. And he was doing that new podcast, and seemed like everything was good. But the thing with bipolar is, if you're not on your meds, and it can just like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's a scary thing. It's a chemical imbalance. It's a shame, and I haven't heard the details yet. I don't know how he did it, but it's heartbreaking because he's such a sweet guy. And the last thing I said to him is he had a real crush on Nay. Like,
Don't blame him.
he talked about her a bit too much.
Okay, all right. Well,
Oh.
she's awesome. She is.
And in
She's a hell of a
he
great
kept-
human being.
He kept bringing her up at the Carpenter concert, and it was getting a little uncomfortable.
All right. Okay.
So, and, I mean, and it was like, okay, Rob, okay, And then I'm leaving. I go, Bobby, I love you, brother. I'll see you. Take care. Oh, hey, make sure to say hi to Nate for me. And I said, and this is exactly what I said. This was the last thing I said to him. It was sarcasm, and I think it kind of just went over his head. And I said, I'll make sure to tell her that you'd asked about her. And what I said, I'll make sure to tell her that you asked about her an uncomfortable amount of times.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So
Oh man.
Oh.
That's awesome.
But Nay does
Yeah.
rule. But yes. So. Oh yeah, it sucks for losing so many people. I had just watched that In Memoriam, and it was sad because of all the people that we lost that I didn't even realize. So that sucked.
Yeah.
And then I get a call. My brother called me, and our aunt just died, and it's like, oh, man.
oh,
This. So that killed. But so what I'm trying to just folks, just doesn't matter how old they are, but especially the older folks. I bitch about spending money on anything, but just. If they're a part of your life, you're watching these movies with your friends and they're at a con, just go to their table, get an autograph, get a picture, because there's no guarantees in life. And
Yeah.
There's a lot of people I could have met that I regret because I was like,
Oh, yeah.
that's just too many. Like John Saxon comes to mind. I was so close, and I should have gotten the goddamn autograph. And it's one of those things I regret, and it's one of those regrets that you could have just done something about. So just
But, it's crazy to me. Like for example, I worked with Tom Noonan for over a decade. Never took a picture with him that I can remember. And
man,
Oh wow.
and I was like, shit, I don't have a photo with him. I've got tons of stories, and in fact, my favorite thing he ever did was Manhunter, and for whatever reason,
love it.
never got a Manhunter photo signed. I
Wow.
got him on my Monster Squad stuff.
Same.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah, that one was a bummer. Because the worst part is, and this is one of the things that worries me about a lot of my older clients, that are getting up there, like Tom Atkins and stuff like that, is if something happened to him, I don't know how I would know or find out, or like even be able to contact somebody, because I deal with them directly, like with Tom Noonan, he just stopped communicating at one point. And I'm like, what is going, it got to the point where I called his theatrical agent and I said, hey, look, I know you and I have never talked. You may not know who I am. This is who I am. This is how long I've worked with Tom. He's just stopped communicating and I'm worried about him. Right.
Yeah.
And the guy said, look, I can't tell you anything. I don't know you, but I will say I don't think he'll be doing any more conventions. That's all he would tell me. So at that point, I figured he had a stroke or something. I didn't, I've now found out what happened, and I'm not, it's private until it's out there from the family. But it was just weird. He just stopped. And the last time I was with him, he probably had the most fun. The first time I've seen the guy have fun, like, cause he was kind of a curmudgeon. But the last show I did with him, he seemed in high spirits. He had a new girlfriend. He was really in love. He was like asking me about like, hey, let's do some more of these. I'm like, great. And then I reached out to him a few months later, and it was just radio silence. And I'm like, what is going on? Yeah. And I worry about that with a lot of my clients. Like, if something like this happens again, I feel like I don't want to be like, hey, can I get your, let me get your son's phone number, and them ask me why.
Yeah.
I'm afraid they're gonna die. You don't want to tell them that.
Yeah. So is it? Let's see. Is it
While
harder now?
While you stumble over that, I have a question for him.
All
actually,
right.
Go for it.
Ask him your stupid question.
I guess when it comes to like an older client, if they want to keep going, but if they're like not all there mentally, if they kind of fade now, like what, like, do you have to make that call? Like, what do you do?
I have made that call. Ted White. That was Ted White's dementia started to get so bad, he was lashing out at people. He was lashing out at fans. He was lashing out at the assistants that work for me. And it wasn't because he was a bad person. I think he would get so confused and he would get upset that he was confused that he would just get angry, and it got to the point where almost, a good portion of the girls that worked for me were like, I can't sit with him anymore. It's just too stressful, And he made a fan cry once. Like he started yelling at them, and it was, so I made the uncomfortable call to his wife, who I did have her number. And I called Jerry up and I said, hey, we need to talk. I think Ted shouldn't be doing these anymore. And the sigh of relief that she was like, I'm so glad. I've wanted to have this conversation with you, but I think she felt like, that I would be against that because I'm making money off of him, and I said, no, the money isn't important. His well-being is important, and he would get lost in the airport and stuff. I mean, it was getting bad. And so we had to retire him and he didn't want to. In fact, stubborn motherfucker did one more show without me. Because a promoter got in touch with him direct, and he said, "I'll come."
Oh wow.
And yeah, and apparently it was not a good situation, and that's the last thing he ever did. And I went and visited him. Like we went to lunch when he was still pretty coherent for his birthday, and I was visiting him during COVID. But every time I went to see him, it got worse and worse. To the last time I went over there was probably 6 months before he passed. I took Nay with me, and he also had a crush on Nay. He would talk. he would talk. He'd always, "Oh, that pretty little girl of yours," and I'd be like, "Oh boy, here we go." So I told Nay, I said, "There's no way he's gonna forget you." So we went in the house. He didn't remember either of us. And his wife is all, "This is Sean, he's your agent." And he's like, "My agent?" Oh, and then he's like, he says the nays all, he goes, "Are you an actress? You should be in the business. You're beautiful," and all this stuff. And she's like, "No, I'm not an actress," and it broke our hearts. I mean, cause it's funny to laugh about now a little bit, but at the time, man, it was killing me,
Yeah, I get it.
And then out of nowhere, he would have moments where he was back for just a little bit. Like we're sitting there talking, and he's trying to figure out who I am, and then suddenly he'd be like, "Hey, remember that time we were at that steakhouse in Chicago?" I'm like, "Yes, Ted, yes, It would just come back, and then he'd be gone again.
Oh,
It was heartbreaking.
that's so rough.
I just lost my mom to that a few weeks ago. Dementia and Alzheimer's. My adoptive mom, and
I didn't know that. I'm sorry, man.
no, it's life. And then 3 weeks later, my aunt. But then I get to go through it with my biological mom. She's got dementia. It's like fucking great. But I owe them both a lot for what they taught me. Well, whether they meant to or not. But my biological mom gave me the love of movies and comedy. Comedy's first, because it's important to keep laughter alive, and when you mix that well with horror, that's hard to beat. Man, but yeah, I was lucky. I knew Ted was, because I went through that with my grandma. I knew he was, not doing well, so he signed for me through the mail. I sent him a couple of packages that summer of 21 or that spring, whatever, and yeah, those were the last things I ever got, and I really loved meeting him at Monster Palooza, and the ladies loved that guy.
Yeah, he was hilarious.
Old school stud, man.
Very nice man.
And
I was doing some. One of the main reasons I was going over there so much was because he still wanted to sign stuff. So I set up private signings with dealers, and I was literally taking the stuff for them, paying Jerry the money and getting the stuff signed and then shipping it to them. And they were very happy doing that. And I actually, because I could tell his days were numbered, I paid him to sign like 100 8x10s just to have, because I realized once I lost Richard Brooker, it's funny, is I worked with Richard for like 10 years before he passed, and I never really thought about him dying. He was pretty young, and he's the one guy for years. "Oh, do you have anything signed by Richard? I need something." So I thought, you know what, I should put together a little stockpile for those people that didn't get the chance, and people that reach out like, "Oh, do you have anything signed by Ted?" Like, I do. So I did, I put those aside for a rainy day, and, also helped his wife make some extra money, and, but I did notice as he was getting worse and worse, his signature got smaller and smaller. It was really strange. Like he started signing really small.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but
yeah, I think I have a few of those.
yeah,
Because I met him at one of the early horror conventions that I went to out here. I can't even remember which one it was, Monster Weekend or Weekend of
Where
Horrors
are
or
you?
something like that.
Where are you
I'm
at?
out here. I'm Burbank,
Okay, yeah, I had him at Monster Palooza a couple times.
and but like Mike said, we sent some stuff in. It wasn't too long. It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't too long before he'd passed away. We'd sent some in and got him back, and I noticed the autograph was like really small compared to what it used to be.
I never paid much
Yeah.
attention to that. I'm just
I have
I'm
them right here. Let me see. I'll show you what I mean. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm glad I sent him my NECA Ultimate figure, one of those, and my Jason lithograph from that Scream Factory that my friend Devin drew. So
Like you see
happy to
how
have
he's
that. Yep.
going really small, where he
Yeah.
would used to be twice that size.
Yeah, this was a figure. I think that I don't even know if you could see it. Of the figure I got signed like early on. You can
Oh,
kind of see how
that's much better. That's bigger.
you know. So
Cool.
I know
So
exactly.
anyone that's aspiring to be a talent convention rep, why should they not do it?
Because they'll never be as good as me.
Hell yeah.
Um,
Hell yeah.
No, it's I feel like we call them fanagers. I am a fan myself, but there's these people that think, oh, I can find a celebrity on Instagram and say, hey, I'll book you into a show, but they don't realize all the shit that goes into it, all the work that goes into it, and the ins and outs, and they usually fumble it and screw it up. I mean, every once in a while, somebody will do a good job and shine. Like there's this kid, Isaac Moore. I think I don't know what his company's called, like 31 appearances or something like that. But good kid. He was just a super fan. But he did it the right way. And like that's the other thing, respecting the guys like me, that didn't want to step on our toes, like, hey, you contacted my client. Oh shit, I didn't know you worked with them, and like, hey, backs right off, instead of trying to poach, the people that poach, they're not going to get very far. I mean, I hate to break it to you, I don't want to seem like the bully, but I have a lot of pull in this game. If you fuck with me, I'm going to fuck with you back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you try stealing my clients, I'm going to get you blacklisted. I mean, that's, you gotta respect your seniors, and it's, you gotta earn it. That's the thing. I busted my ass convincing guys like Nick Castle to do a convention. I rode him for like 5 years, and I worked at it. I just didn't go to a convention and slip him a business card and say, hey, let's, that's not how you do it. You do the work. You go find the new talent. There's plenty of people out there that aren't doing conventions. Put in the work. That's what this kid did. And I'm proud of him. He's done a good job. He's a good dude. And that's an example of a fan that did it right. But there's, for every one of him, there's 20 of these idiots that just try to poach. And they get their dick slammed in the door every time by me. So.
That sounds very painful.
I saw that someone, this company, I saw this guy do the business card move that you're talking about. I saw that.
Yeah. No, they do it all the time. And they'll do it right in front of you sometimes. They're just idiots, man.
Wow.
And it's like, I what are you doing? I mean, do you really think some kid who's never done anything before, that they're going to leave me, a guy that has connections to all the shows all over the friggin' world, to go work with you? I don't understand the mentality. Sometimes you get to the point where you do get a client who is not in demand. You're not getting them shows, and they start to think, well, this is what happens is the celebrity, I use that word in quotation loosely, the celebrity has to make an excuse for themselves as to why they're not getting booked. It's definitely not because they're not popular. It must be something I'm doing. That's how they rationalize it in their head.
Yeah. I've
And
heard
so
that.
it's usually you're too busy booking Matthew Lillard. I
He's
don't
in demand.
I don't have to spend time booking Matthew Lillard.
Yeah.
It takes me, I can book Matthew Lillard in a show in 30 seconds. That's easy. Booking Matt is easy. Booking you is fucking hard because they don't want you. So, so then they try to give these kids a shot, and then they end up putting them in this terrible fucking show somewhere in the middle of nowhere that nobody's at. And then they usually come back with their tail between their legs, asking to be, I made a mistake. And 9 times out of 10, I'm at that point, you lost faith in me. I've lost faith in you. I've taken people back. I have. Tom Noonan's a perfect example. Tom actually called me up and said he was going in another direction once. He went and worked with this other rep. Within 12 months, Tom called me back like a gentleman and said, Sean, I made a mistake. I humbly ask if you will work with me again. And I said, absolutely. Because he was cool about it. He wasn't, it was like he admitted he screwed up, and it was just, he did it the right way. It wasn't bitter. There was no, you're not doing anything for me, but, there was no, anger or anything. It was all like, hey, if, go give it a shot. Because I'm cool with that. If you think the grass is greener, go for it. A lot of people think because I have all these big names and I have a big stable and I have a big presence at conventions that I force shows to take my clients. Well, you want Matthew Lillard, you got to take this guy. Right? I don't do
publicist
that.
move.
I don't do that. I've never done that. In fact, I do you get more flies with honey than vinegar or whatever the saying is. Is it bees or flies? I don't know. Both.
I think it's flies.
In my house,
it's
it's
I like the bees analogy better. We'll go with that one.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I go with that philosophy where I'm so easy to work with and am friendly and don't take advantage of the promoters, don't gouge them with guarantees that they're like, dude, this guy's awesome. I'll take more of your people as a favor. I don't say you have to take them, So that's how I work.
Gotcha.
But I think a lot of I've had clients say, dude, you got so-and-so, you could tell them they have to take me. And I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not, because I'm not going to force a promoter to do something they don't want to do. I will go to bat for you. I'll give them every reason they should take you, but I ain't going to say, well, if you don't take him, I'm pulling so-and-so out. I don't do that. I just don't do that.
No, I stand by Sean. I've worshipped him on this very podcast many times before. He's not that he needs me to vouch for him, but Sean has taken in some really great clients, and I've had a fucking blast of working these cons with these people, and it's like he goes out of his way only to rep like decent people, and it's been a fucking pleasure. Sean took me in like just after my ex left. I was in a bad place.
Fifth extra up.
Yes. Whatever. Fuck you, Brian. It was a hard time because I had just met Brian and was like, this fucking sucks. This guy's lame. But anyway,
hell yeah.
I got to meet and hang out with Ken Kersinger back in 2015. And if you're feeling bad, hang out with a Canadian because they're just awesome people.
That's why we love Scott on tape.
That's why we love Scott on tape.
They're not all that great.
Yeah, they're not all. Scott wanted to be on the podcast tonight, but we didn't want to invite him. But
Oh,
I'm sure he's
flying
watching
in.
right now. I'm sure
Yeah,
he's watching. Making
he's
sure
on his-
that
he's on his way
being
into
talked
town
about.
because he's going to the Adam the Wu Memorial, which Sean will be at for the person.
I think
that's
he was
asking.
supposed to get here today, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
right now. So,
He's
no.
flying
Oh,
in.
and another question. Sean has met Steve Dash. He actually repped him. Steve Dash was
Yeah.
a great dude. Okay, Sean.
I wasn't his first convention, but I met him at his first convention. The promoter had reached out to him, found him directly, and brought him in for his first show. It was the 25th anniversary Friday 13th convention that was in Hollywood that Eben from Mad Monster Party put on. And I met him that weekend, and that's when we decided to work together. And I repped him for most of his career. I booked him a couple things in the end, but there was a point there where he kind of started doing it on his own.
Gotcha.
But but there was we were always close. There was never like I was never mad that he did that, and I'm cool with that. If there gets to be a point where a client is able to do that on their own, like Kane Hodder's been booking himself forever, if that's what you want to do, cool. Most celebrities don't want to deal with that bullshit. They don't want to be the good cop, bad cop. They don't want to do all that. They want a guy like me to be, they're paying for a service. They want to know they can just roll in. It's all going to be handled for them.
I work on award shows, and I'm friends with the talent department, and the shit you guys got to go through.
Yeah.
Just fuck.
Most promoters won't deal directly with talent. Like, they don't want to deal with them. They want to deal with guys like me. They would rather not have to deal with that bullshit. They want the buffer. But then there's some promoters who are star fuckers and want to deal direct and only direct, and they try to go around me. There's some. I got to write a book.
Yes.
Yeah,
You should.
One of these
You really
days.
should.
You could. Holy shit, dude! You could write about so many different subjects. It's like a different book on each subject.
I know where all the bodies are buried.
There you go.
Well, you've got so many things to talk about. Your amazing prop collection. You traveled all these different movie locations. You rep different talent. You do all these conventions. I mean, you've got a lot. It's amazing. I mean, we could probably talk for 10 hours and probably not cover everything.
Yeah, you
And I'm long-winded too. I'll just fucking keep yapping.
Cool. That's appreciated.
Yeah, I it's weird, man, because I'm just a fan like you guys, and I trip out, that I'm in the position that I'm in, because it was never meant to be. I mean, it all kind of just happened. Like, doors would open and I'd go through them, and I never thought this would be a career,
Well, you're part of. I think you're part of the reason it is a career, aren't you? I mean, you've been.
Well, I mean, there was, there was people doing this before me. It wasn't the thing it is now.
Agreed, but you're. Sorry, but you're part of the reason it is the thing now.
I do think that we built. I mean, I helped build a lot of companies. I mean, there's for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying.
I mean, there's conventions that I have helped become big, like from Walker Stalker, in its heyday, to even Scaradise that just happened, Horror Hound, even some of the photo op companies like Celeb Photo Ops. I helped bring them up and got them in all these big Comic-Cons and shit.
Wow.
I helped build Wizard World when it was in its heyday too.
Love. I miss Wizard World.
Did I get a cut of any of that shit? No. I've never been connected, but I always benefited by putting my talent in those shows and creating those relationships. I've heard somebody asked me this past weekend if I was partners in Scaradise, and I'm like, no, I'm not partners. I'm just cool with the guy. For years, people thought I was partners in Horror Hound. People thought I was partners in Walker Stalker. And it's because they see I'm such a big presence there. Well, I position myself to be a presence there. I work my ass off to have a bunch of my people there, because other agents will goof on me and say, oh, like the Flashback weekend, like they would be like, oh, it should be called Clark Back Weekend, because it's filled with my clients. And it's like, well, you know what? They love working with me because I treat them well. I don't screw them. I don't gouge them. It's, there's a reason. It's,
Yeah.
I could,
Oh,
go back to the horror
It's all
hound.
doing good business.
Yeah, going back to the horror hound thing. I remember I saw like a whole thread once where it was like, why Jamie Lee only went to horror hound because Clark owns it. That was like the whole thing.
but
No,
folks,
believe me,
Go.
that was another lose-lose situation for me. Because when I got the chance to do Jamie's one and only show, the first thing that went through my mind was, fuck, every promoter I don't book her into their show is going to be pissed at me. So I literally went to I think it was like the 5 top shows at the time, Horror Hound being one. I remember I contacted Spooky Empire, I contacted Chiller, Monster Mania, Texas Frightmare, and Horror Hound. I said,
Really?
all 5 of you, because they were the top 5 horror cons I dealt with at the time. I said, each one of you give me your best pitch. I will take it to her, and she's going to decide.
Oh,
Now,
wow.
in my heart, I wanted it to be Horror Hound. I never pushed for Horror Hound, but I was like, man, I hope it's Horror Hound. So I went to all of them. Give me your
Wow.
best pitch. Kevin from Chiller said, "Meh, I'm not doing that." I said, "Okay, you're out of the running. Now it's you 4." They each gave me their pitch. Horror Hound did something that none of the others did. And what that was is offered to give, I think it was like 50% of their profits to the Children's Hospital in addition to what she made. She saw that and she goes, them.
That's
Doc
so
and
cool.
Lloyd.
wow.
That was it. That was it.
Wow. How was Monster Palooza?
No,
not in
it
the
wasn't.
running?
It was just Nathan being smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He thought,
that's
what's something that
genius.
could hook her? Everybody else just said, well, we'll make sure you have first class. We'll do this. We'll do that. But
Yes,
it was
that's
all
not
about
real.
the charity for her. And
Yeah.
Nathan was smart and went that route. So,
And I didn't
Good
realize
business.
I didn't realize how cheap her autograph was. Though she could have easily
oh
charged.
my
double.
God. Imagine what she could charge now.
Yes,
Yeah.
I can imagine. Yes.
What did she
And
charge then? I don't know.
I think it was 80.
It was
Yeah.
75 or
80.
80. But
I think it was 80.
I've looked online, and her autograph on Halloween shit is about 350 and up.
Yeah. I think it was 80 and it was 80
It's a
for
fucking
photo
steal.
op.
Steal.
So,
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I
Yeah.
was hoping that she was going to be at the last Halloween convention, so I already was saving up
that
my money.
close.
I
We
was
were
saving
that
up my
close.
money.
That close? Oh man.
It was really close. That fucking Academy Award screwed it all up.
Wow.
Damn
Fuck.
that Academy Award.
And all right, I'm not gonna. Okay, never mind. Okay, I got a
Bag.
couple of Friday 2 questions for you. I don't know. Okay, there's
And what
another.
happened to the
Jason.
questions they were on the screen a while ago.
This is mine. Okay.
Okay.
So I forgot his name. Jerry Wallace, another Jason that has surfaced. I have not met him. Have you met him? Have you asked?
I have not met him. I will say this about Jerry Wallace. At least he has photo proof that he was in the film. He does have pictures of him in the costume on the stairs. So he was the hands in quite a few scenes. I know it's also been well known that the woman that was the feet, whatever her name is.
Ellen
Now,
Warner.
Ellen.
Yeah. Now, I haven't met her. I hear she's a sweetheart. I will say
Okay.
this. I mean, I saw in that same argument thread from earlier from Monster Mania, people bitching about the prices. Somebody had posted her the photo of her thing. She's charging $50 an autograph, $50 a selfie, $80 combo for somebody who is the fucking feet of Jason.
Okay. All right.
Wow.
Okay. I can bitch about it now. Like, what the
I'm
fuck?
sorry. I'm sorry, but I'm like, wow.
That is not
mean-
that is not essential to the character. Fuck. I'm sure you're very
No,
nice.
I mean, that's
but-
here's the thing. She's legitimately played Jason. I give her that. But she should be a high-end $30 autograph.
Yeah.
That's high end. She should probably be $20.
Yes,
Should
if
be-
that.
She should, but anyway,
Okay, but
$40
yeah.
combo. I don't know. But
Uh,
anyway,
fine.
then there's the other dude that surfaced suddenly. Part 3 guy.
Part 3.
Is this DeLuna we're talking about? Or
Michael
somebody
yeah.
else?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Is he certified or
can't-
no?
He's still.
No.
Well, here's the thing. Was he a stuntman on the film? Yes. He's in the
Yes.
credits. But Richard Brooker told me nobody else put on that mask but me. That's what Richard told me when he was alive. Now, he isn't here to fight that.
Right.
So when I heard about this guy, you know, and he says he did the hanging scene, right?
Yes.
I called Steve Miner and I said, "Hey, do you know who
The
this
director.
guy is?" The director. He says, you know, he was Jason in this scene. Steve goes, "I'll be honest with you, I don't remember this guy at all." He goes, "Could he have played the scene? Maybe." He goes, "But I will say this. I remember the only reason we hired Richard was he could do all his own stunts." He goes, "But could I have just forgot that this guy did that one scene?" He goes, "It's been so long." Yes. But he goes, "I don't remember anybody else doing it." So this guy has no photographic evidence of him as the character.
Gotcha.
But I don't know what to say. I mean, it's
I got
kind of weird that he came out of nowhere all these years later.
Yeah.
That was my whole thing.
Crawled up, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I will
talked to,
say this. I'm not going to say you're a liar, but I will just say myself as a fan, I will not be having him sign my Jason collage that I've had everybody sign. Just because I don't know. Would I have the Jerry Wallace and the Ellen, whatever?
Ellen.
Yeah,
I'd,
Ellen
I'd
Lutter,
have
yeah.
I'd have them sign it because they are legit, right?
Yeah.
But I don't personally buy it on the other dude.
Okay.
It's
but
a shame we can't cross reference like a call sheet and like a day out of days sheet
Yeah.
from SAG. Like it's
Yeah.
damn shame.
Well, and I saw a picture of him in a photo op from Monster Mania or something. And Paul Kratta is the name?
Kratka.
Who got his eyes popped?
You
know?
hate that guy. That character.
No.
You hate. Was that you that
Oh.
hates that character?
I don't hate him.
The character,
But-
not the man.
I don't hate the character either. I liked his sweater.
It's a good sweater.
It's
Good
the sweater he had hanging
From
over his
part,
shoulder. But anyway, there's a photo op of them from. I haven't met the DeLuna dude, right? But in the photo
He's
op,
nice.
he's a good foot shorter than Paul. Richard was
Oh,
like
wow.
6'3". Are you telling me you got some little dude to double him?
Well, they did that in Predator 2. That guy was a foot and a half shorter than Kevin Peter Hall, but that's a different.
By the way,
franchise
the
altogether.
guy who doubled Kevin in the first Predator is doing his first convention this month at Whorehound, Brian Simpson. So
Oh,
he's the only surviving Part 1 Predator. And he
wow.
has photographic evidence, by the way.
That's always
Certified.
appreciated. Wallace, I saw a picture. It's just his legs and hand, but now did
I
he?
thought I saw a picture of him going up the stairs where you could see his face.
I saw a BTS scene of a shot of that picture, so I don't know if it's. I mean, I would get him. I would get him, but I already paid for DeLuna just in case. And he was
Well,
a
I
nice
got him
guy.
on an 8x10.
Yeah, I got him. Well, I donated blood to get the free 8x10, and those motherfuckers call me every
But-
fucking Sunday. Like, hey, we want your blood.
I mean, it's getting a little crazy though. Like, you know, when's like Michael Myers' elbow is going to pop out at the next show, or
It's like
or
it's.
Freddy
Same as a
Krueger's
chance.
ankle? You know,
See, that's why
Yeah.
I'm not gonna get Ellen Lutter. Like, no, your legs. You walk next to a puddle for 3 seconds. No, I'm not giving you. 50
I mean, like
bucks.
for example, what's his name? His name's escaping me. The guy who doubled Robert Englund in Freddy vs. Jason. I forgot the stuntman's name. He literally did every fight scene. Every fight scene is this guy. Like, it's only like the talking stuff, which Robert. And it's like, man, this guy, if anybody, should be out there saying I played Freddy, it's a guy. And he wants to do shows. I talked to him. I pitched him, and people are like, until Robert's dead, he's probably not going to get any love, I mean, I hate to be morbid, but it's just the truth, It's like,
Actually
would
quite
DeLuna be
fair.
making any money if Brooker was still alive? No.
No,
No.
no.
It's
Same
questionable with that
these other
Luna one.
two with Dash. If Dash was, but then you still got Warrington out there hawking his
Yeah.
face.
Oh yeah, he
Huh.
remembers Mike. He remembers Bagman.
Oh yeah, that's where I earned the Bagman nickname. I don't know if you can see this picture. I did send it to Brian. That's me next to Mike DeLuna. So
Yeah. And how
So
tall
Lu-
are you?
I'm 5'9", so he looks about 5'10".
Yeah. And he's doubling a dude that was fucking 6'3", you know?
Well, I would say he's
And-
probably lost an inch or two because of age. So that's,
Oh,
that's
maybe,
the
maybe he
best-
had lifts on the boots. You know,
but
what I mean?
maybe he had lifts on the boots. But,
Like Bart Simpson when he was trying to ride the ride. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The candy apples or the
I don't
shoes.
I don't know. I'm with Sean on this one. I'm not getting him on shit.
So, but, and he was, man, like I talked to his rep and like, I was like, wait, that guy was talking about so many of his people, he's trying to get at the Crystal Lake Nightmares. And like, no, it was, and DeLuna
Well,
never showed up for whatever
The
reason.
dude that reps him literally is the guy who reps all the body part people. I mean, it's like,
Ah.
he was repping the dude who's Michael Myers for a second at the end of Resurrection. Like the scene, apparently he's got the guy who was on the table when he opens his eyes.
Oh,
It was
the
a
eyes
different
don't-
dude.
All right, the eyes don't count either. Christopher Swift from Jason 6. It's one eye. Wait, you don't rep Chris Swift, do you?
I don't even know who that is. Who are you talking about?
Okay, thank God. In Friday the 13th, part 6, when Jason is resurrected, the eye
the
that
worms
opens up.
the worms are on his face.
Yeah, the worms. Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
worms in one eye, and one eye opens. That's Christopher Swift, and he's charging $60, same as.
I didn't even
CJ.
know. I didn't even know that was a different dude. I mean, I knew that there was the Dan Bradley,
Yeah, there's the
which
chubby
nobody's
Jason
ever got.
during the daytime scenes. Stunt. He's a stunt coordinator, and
I
he's
mean, at
been
least
doing
like
very well.
Johnny Hawk from Part 5. You know, he did legit scenes. You
Yes, and I
Mhm.
still need him. I
Yeah.
still need him. He's not done any cons out here.
know,
But
he's gonna do a private signing very soon. Actually,
Is that through you?
Oh,
Let's talk off here.
okay.
Bagman.
But I get upset now. Oh, Sean, do you have any input on this? Do like some of the people, no matter what franchise, do they get upset when body part people like are claiming like that they played this person and yet they did your client does most of the work?
Nobody's ever publicly told me. You know, they think it's funny usually. You know, I mean,
Yeah.
I know like Nick and I would always kind of joke about Jim Winburn. You know, who literally it's just his ass falling towards the camera at the end of the movie. That's literally the only scene Jim Winburn was in.
Yeah,
That was it.
yeah, that's Jim Winburn. Jim Winburn did stunt in the first Halloween. He's the one who falls out the window. But Nick Castle did take the shots.
Yeah,
he's-
Nick Castle's doing the, but then it's just his ass falling towards camera. That was
So-
Jim Winburn.
so
It's
I don't feel
Nice.
Winburn, not
Winburn.
wind. Wind
well,
burn.
well, it was. I say that because of the sound that you hear. And it
Okay.
reminds me of wind.
Okay. Sure.
So I added an
Sure.
extra D. I gave him an extra consonant. I apologize. That was very generous of me. May he rest in peace. Nice guy. I met him a couple.
He was
of
a very
times.
nice guy. It was always a struggle trying to keep him off the panels because you got him up there. That more puns. He was long-winded.
And
dude, it was like-
yeah.
And it's like, dude, how much do you got to talk about? You literally did one thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah, did he get to keep his mask? I wonder.
I don't even know if he was wearing one. You don't see his face. It's his ass.
The
He
panel
might
he had a
not even been
45
wearing
minute.
one.
Yeah, and why didn't Nick ask for his mask back, or did he?
Because back then nobody cared.
Yeah.
All right. I guess
know?
that checks out.
It's just another paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nobody
and
knew what the hell it was going to be, you know?
And
Yeah.
we think that Nick's mask from part 1 is definitely Dick's
one-
mask in part 2.
Yeah. But there was 3 of them. There's
At least
documented proof that there was 3. Who knows where the other 2 are? I'm sure
That's
based on the
Probably.
condition of the one, I'm sure they're just disintegrated. You know?
yeah.
Oh, it killed me to see. Sean has a video. He got Michael Myers shape mask signed by Jamie Lee Curtis gave it to him, and
Oh, yeah.
he had to cut the autos out because the mask deteriorated, which is why one of the
Oh,
reasons I no
melted.
longer collect melted. Yeah, and that was
It was
not an old mask, folks.
No,
That was
that's called cheap latex.
yeah. So
And that's
why
not
I
her
don't collect
fault,
them. No, not at all.
She didn't know that those were crappy masks. Yeah,
No,
I
she
mean, I
doesn't collect
remember.
anything.
I mean, that's how we started talking in regards to the how the convention happened. Was one day out of the blue, I get a phone call, and I did not know this call was coming. I just pick up the phone, I'm like, "Hello," and I just hear this voice. It goes, "Sean," and I go, "Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis." And dude, I immediately recognized the voice. It was her. I'm like, "Hey," and so she goes, "So I'm doing this charity thing, blah, blah, and I want to get these masks signed, and I'm trying to track down all the cast members of Halloween. And every time I talk to somebody, they say, you gotta talk to Sean Clark. He knows how to get a hold of everybody." So I said, you know what? I'm just gonna fucking call this guy. And I was just like, okay. So that's how we started talking. That's how we
That
started
is so
talking.
cool.
I wish I dropped her name. I work for I was doing this award show last year, and I had to drop off her thank you, and it was just this very, very expensive flower from her favorite florist, and a bottle of very fine sparkling juice because she's sober, and it's like
No.
she answered. I rang the bell. She answered herself. It's like that can't be her. And
Her house?
at her house, yeah.
Ah.
I had passed her house for 8.5 years, either going to or from work, because my boss lived just right by her. And it's like,
Mhm.
and I only saw her out there twice, but I wasn't stopping to say hello because she's scared.
Thank you for not dropping my name.
And,
While Mike's having an aneurysm, I got to like a real important question, not Mike's
okay,
bullshit.
yeah, just okay. You go ahead,
Yeah.
interrupt. I'll wait.
What do you have for Lost Boys props? Do you have the jackets? Is that what
Oh, yes,
Lost
you do.
Boys
Yeah.
props? Yeah.
Yeah. And I have Max's teeth and Laddie's teeth.
Nice,
Oh wow, that is so
Yes.
freaking cool, man.
cool. I just had the costume designer sign my DVD a couple months ago. It's like because and
What's her name?
Susan Becker.
Okay, yeah, because Alex sent photos of my jackets to her to kind of like help verify, just because I wanted like expert. He offered. He said, "Oh, I can send Susan," because he's still tight with her apparently. He had me take pictures of certain things on the inside and stuff, and just to make sure they were the real deal.
Yeah, she's awesome. Great New Yorker. She's a client of one of my friends, and I was filling in for him because he was out of town for the holidays. But all right, Jamie Lee Curtis. Thank you, Brian. Is it okay if I get back to my rambling?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Okay.
But by the way, I've been to that house.
Yes, you did. You interviewed her, and I was like,
Interviewed her in her, was it the dining room? Was for the Fog DVD, I think.
God, that was so cool.
Yeah.
Like I was so, but yeah, I rang the bell. She was like, "Was that her?" It's like I'm parked in her driveway, and I get in the back seat. Hello, like, nah, that couldn't be. And hello, it's like, holy shit, that's her. Like, it was the first time she'd ever been really, really nice to me. Like, oh,
Did
you
she just
sweet
tell you to
boy.
leave it outside, or
No, she came out to the
she actually
sidewalk.
came to the door and
Yes, and
oh
like,
wow,
oh man, I have this. I'm delivering this from this. And she recognized the box. Oh, that's from my favorite florist. I was like, yeah, so, yes, it is.
that's cool.
Was-
This
It-
is from. He mailed me this after the Halloween Ends premiere.
I just
Oh,
drove by
wow.
that hotel. I think you were with me, Jamie.
But-
Like, hey,
and
this is
so-
where
Cool.
On the
that's where
back.
the premiere was. The premiere party.
Oh, that's awesome.
No shit.
Very cool.
Love J. See, we're on a one letter.
Oh, Sean, you've made it.
Hey,
but-
that's a really cool piece. I mean,
I mean,
that's
and
awesome
I mean,
to see.
she's so sweet. Like, it's so funny because, like, I didn't even know she followed me on social media, right?
What? Really?
And yeah, and I had just lost, both of my dogs within like a month of each other, and I was pouring my heart out on Instagram, I guess, and
Mm.
I got this gift from her and a long letter about loss and all this stuff, and she sent me one of those our hand and yours sculpture thing, and it was just like,
Aw.
wow, so sweet of her, just
Yeah.
out of it just shows up at my house. I'm like, holy shit. As I get the package, it says Curtis/guest, like her
Nice.
like her own her own label. And I'm just like, whoa, what the hell is this? It totally caught me off guard. I mean, that's just the kind of person she is. She's a very generous. I mean, if you get in her good grace, like I have, for doing what I did for her with the charity, and because
That's
I
right.
donated my 10% as well. I didn't
Yes.
make any money on that.
Thank you.
I guess we're friends for life for that one. So
That's very kind of you. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Charity. It's always a good thing.
Yeah, I kept
Really.
my composure. I didn't mention anybody's names, and I just I didn't even have her sign for the item that I was supposed to get her to sign. Which
I would have said, yeah, could you sign sign for this? Or it just happens to be a Halloween poster. I don't know. Yeah.
she actually
Well,
already
if-
signed my Halloween poster, but
Actually, if you knew the back of Bagman's truck, he
I do
has
have
stuff back there that
I don't doubt it.
He's always waiting for someone to be able to see.
I
it.
don't doubt
The
it.
one thing I did have for her was that I
Pretty
have.
funny.
The one thing I do carry around is my Fangoria book that I could use her in on the Halloween 2 cover page, but I
She
want
gave
to
me-
keep that job. So
I can't remember if she mailed this to me or if she gave it to me at her house. But she gave me this Mad Magazine book, hardback
Sweet.
book.
that's really
And she signed it to me. And I
That's
forgot.
awesome.
I can't remember why.
That's fucking awesome.
Was it
yeah,
red?
that-
Was it a red book? Is it coming like in a
I'm looking
slipcase?
for it. I was gonna pull it out.
in the,
Here it is. Here it is. It is red. It's the horror one.
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
Horrifyingly mad.
Oh
Yeah.
man, dude.
Hooked up the and she signed it. Let's see. Oh, for Sean, my hero.
See, now I want to throw
Aw.
something else of mine away, but
How cool is that?
that's
That is
fucking
awesome.
awesome. Oh, Brian. Oh my God, I can't believe this. This was a year ago. She did give me something, Brian. And she
Was it
said
a
that-
cold?
No,
Was
it's specifically for Brian. Oh,
It's
Restraining
a
order.
restraining
There-
order.
that's for you, Brian. That's what. She
Oh
did.
wow,
Yeah.
that's how it ends.
There it is. That's for you.
Well,
I wouldn't put
Dude.
it past her to do that either. She is a no holds bar woman. And
Yeah, I'm trying to think if where I had the our hand and yours thing is here somewhere. My room is a bit of a mess at the moment, but I know I had it
you're in good company.
somewhere in here. I
Just
had
right
it
there.
over there, but I rearranged this, so I don't know. It's here somewhere.
Oh, Sean, have you? I forgot to ask you. Do you have a Donald Pleasance autograph, or did you ever get to meet him?
I have 2 Donald Pleasance autographs, and I never met him.
Bummer. What do you have him on?
One is this. I have it right here. It was one of the ones when you'd mail, like ask him for an autograph, he'd send a little signed card just says D
oh,
Pleasance.
yeah.
Cool.
That's cool.
So
Shit.
that they would mail these out. This a friend, fan/friend, Frankie Carter gave this to me as a gift because I was talking so much about how I didn't have a Donald Pleasance autograph. Now the next is this one's pretty badass. I paid top dollar for this, but a friend of mine was going through a tough time financially and hit me up and said, would you be interested in buying this? And I said, your misfortune will be my yeah. I'm just trying to help the guy out.
Yeah.
But anyway, apparently during a press tour in Australia, he met Donald Pleasance and got him to sign this 8x10. And
Nice.
and you know, I couldn't pass up this opportunity to have a signed Halloween 8x10.
Oh,
I
hell
would.
no.
Yeah.
That
Let
is
me
so
find
cool.
it. Because I got it in here. Why I don't have it framed on the wall is being on me. Oh, just happened to pass by this one. Just real quick. I'll just,
Oh,
me and
yeah.
since we're talking about the Queen. let's see.
That's pretty damn cool. I don't have a picture with her yet. I've met her numerous
It's a
times. I've
mugshot.
been very lucky, but yeah, she's not even in my mugshot.
There we go.
Oh wow,
Hell yeah.
How
fuck
cool is that?
yeah.
that is
Can I?
freaking awesome.
Can I have it? Nah, never mind.
Yeah,
Don't
no.
answer yet. Don't answer yet.
Yeah, no, okay, I'll think about it then.
Okay, cool. Well, Sean. By the what are the conventions like overseas? Are they handled differently at all, or what? What are
Well,
the
like
differences between
The
those?
British
and the
ones are
here?
way more British. The Japanese ones are super Japanese. That's pretty much it.
So there's. Let's see what those two.
That was my sarcastic answer. I mean, they're different in strange ways. I mean, it's hard to really describe. At the end of the day, it's the same shit, but they just kind of do things a little different, I guess.
Yeah, that's why I asked.
The Japanese ones are really weird because those people are so polite. And like I was just in Tokyo with John Bernthal and Norman Reedus, and they brought us in this back door, and it's like this giant stage configuration. We're like in this backstage area, and it's this ginormous stage, and they're like, okay, you're gonna go up on the stage and do the intro, and like there are all these celebrities that are there, or like, you know, they all go up and do this big intro thing. That's one thing that's kind of weird. All the guests go on stage together. It's almost like a WWE event where like they'll introduce each person. And so I'm like, oh, like this is the stage, you know, because it's like dead quiet. Like it's really, I'm like, this is weird. So I walk around and I just kind of go through a curtain, and I step through this curtain, and there's like 10,000 people just sitting quiet, not talking. And I'm just like, this is fucking weird, man. Like, you know,
Yeah.
it was just weird. They're so polite.
Yeah, they don't cheer and rah 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 like we do in America.
Well, they do when it's appropriate, you know, when they
Yeah.
come out and they're like, no one with us. And then, you know, it goes, you know.
Tokyo, is that the one where
That's
Johnny
how they
Depp was
pronounce
at?
it there. What was that, the one? Johnny Depp.
Tokyo.
Yeah.
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 That was that one? Okay.
Yeah. He was cool. I talked to him. He was super nice, man. I thought it was going to, because it was, the whole Johnny Depp situation was chaos there. Like
That's what I heard.
they oversold him, and he was taking his time, and everybody was stressing out about trying to get him to go faster, but he was just doing Johnny Depp, man. Like, and I was like, I just want to get a picture with him. And like, I was, you know, okay, just go in, don't talk to him, just go get your photo. And I walk in, and it's the photo op. You step into the picture, walk out, right? I walk in, he goes, hey, like, because it's all Asian people. So you see a dude like me walk in, he's like, hey, how you doing? What's your name? And I'm like, and he goes, you having a good time? And I'm like, oh, it was good. And I'm looking at the guy going, you know, hurry, you know. And he's just like talking to me, like, where are you from? And I'm like, I can't speak to you, Mr. Depp. You know,
Yeah.
quit talking to me. You know, it was
I
kind of
get
funny.
that.
Yeah.
If I can find my Depp photo. I think I got
That's
it here.
so cool.
Uh,
I know some people that actually went to that con, and one of them, I think their daughter didn't get the photo or an
Cool.
autograph.
Oh
like,
wow!
from
And
that-
I
yeah.
had heard some people were pissed that didn't. Like, I had heard all kinds of horror stories, and here I am, the sneaking in, getting free shit, right?
I
Hey,
got my here's my Depp
Awesome.
auto.
It's
yeah,
like,
that's from.
Oh, there you go.
It's awesome.
Was it done that
Edward.
weekend?
No.
Let me see.
that's
what I
yeah,
have
right.
There was some like signing in the UK many years ago. I got it from there.
Yeah. Have you ever met Jenny Agutter, by the way, Sean?
I have not.
She's from American Werewolf in
Actually,
London.
right in front of me here is my American Werewolf in London one sheet signed by many people, but I didn't get her.
I
Oh
would
wow.
love to meet her. I was just wondering if like some of those European actors only just stay there, but they still but they do cons. But her, I've
There
not.
we go.
That's
Oh,
freaking
nice.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
That
love
is
it.
awesome.
Yeah, I'm just got this that weekend too. He was there. Michi the Killer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh no shit.
Yeah. It was funny. He's like really popular over there for some fucking thing I've never heard of. And so I walk in, and he's super nice too. He's like he's all like, oh, hey, you know, he's like, oh, and actually, I think I might have a picture with him here too. Let me see. And he was here. It is. Is this it? Yeah, this is me and him, and he was super cool. And I pull out the picture because they didn't. I was like, you guys don't have any fucking Ichi the Killer pictures, and they had literally this one thing he had done. I mean, I was like, wow. So I asked the photo op people, if I pull an image up on my phone, could you print it for me? So I want an Ichi the Killer picture. So I figured they'd have them, you know?
Yeah.
And so I walked up to him and he goes, oh, Ichi the Killer. Oh, yeah. He's like, he got super excited. He was like, yes. You know?
Oh, that's so cool. Well, if I guess
Fuck
if
yeah.
other people
My impersonation is not meant to be racist, by the way. This
I-
is literally how
we
it
got it.
sounded.
We got you.
I don't.
We're
think
very
that.
open-minded
Right.
here, and we understand. We know the
No,
difference
no.
between racist and racial and all that shit.
Yeah.
So there we go.
If I closed my eyes, I
Okay.
thought I was in Tokyo. So it was
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Well,
oh, we've already.
I
Well,
am gonna have to wrap up pretty
yeah.
soon because
Yep.
the
That was
place
good.
I want to get dinner and they close at 9.
All right, get out of here.
no worries. That's actually
But,
what I
yeah,
was
so,
going to wrap this
like,
up. We
Let's
really
like 5
appreciate it.
minutes. Let's do
All right.
like a 5-minute wrap. Last final round.
That we've answered all my questions. Any other questions? This has been Sean Clark. You can check him out on
It
the
still is Sean
YouTube.
Clark.
It still is. All right.
It
so the
has
rumors.
been and it will be.
All right. So
Yeah.
all right. Rumors are confirmed. So the collection.
Anyway,
with two
Mike,
heads.
shut up. Sean, thanks for
Yeah.
coming by. Appreciate you. man.
Insurance
Thank you so
salesman.
much.
Insurance
Thank
salesman.
you.
Insurance salesman. Okay,
Close
all right.
personal friend to Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, we really, really appreciate you coming and hanging out with us and showing your collection. It's,
Yeah,
it's
well,
amazing.
Well,
I'll be
there's
back
nothing
on
I'd
sometime.
rather do on a Friday night.
Yeah, obviously I get that a lot
Oh.
with even less sarcasm.
All right. Thanks.
Well, appreciate you, Sean. And I hope you, when you get a chance in the future, I hope you come back and hang out with us a little bit more. I mean, like I
I
said,
would love to.
There's-
yeah.
so much we could still talk about, so many more questions that, as you know, Bagman's probably got a book of questions. But thank you again. And I'm sure we'll see you at a con very, very
No
soon.
problem. By the way, Scott on tape told me Mike is terrified to ask you to be on his podcast. I'm like,
Without question.
Yeah.
why? And he goes, I don't know. As he takes a drink.
Sean, I think the world of you. Your friendship, your generosity, your coolness has meant the.
Then why were
very
you
much.
afraid to ask me to be on the
He
podcast?
didn't want to impose.
I didn't want to impose.
Bagman.
Yeah,
Well,
sorry.
though he'll impose to ask, do you think so-and-so could sign all 12 of these items?
I wish he was being sarcastic.
Yes.
right
I'll be
there.
honest with you. That's more imposing than asking to be on your podcast.
That
I have to uncomfortably walk up to my client and go, "You just sign the stack of shit for this guy. What am I getting out of it? Just do me a favor,
man.
please."
As you, it would be cheaper to
That's
pay you. I remember
awesome.
hearing that from somebody.
I may have paid for you. You don't know.
Aw.
Oh man. This is the
it's-
best way to end this
Oh,
episode.
yeah.
Holy
man.
shit.
Just
Thanks
give
so
him a
much.
shit ton of anxiety before I leave, right?
Oh,
That's
God.
right.
I knows I handle that well.
That's
I'm
amazing.
gonna drink straight from the flask now.
All right. Well, we're out of here. Thanks again.
Appreciate it. Thank you for hanging out with
All
us,
right, guys.
everyone.
Thanks, Sean.
Until
Take
next
care.
time. Stay demented.
Beware, Monster Vision is here. Every Saturday night, the monster movies and the man who loves them are on TNT.
This is getting way out of hand.
Face the fear every week with TNT's Monster Vision.